Okay, hey guys, second devlog here. Galactic Intruders 0.2 is finished, and I'm just gonna quickly go over some of the new things added. Biggest change I want to get out of the way: the darter, the jellyfish guy, is gone. I'm removing him entirely. This guy right here, we're done with him. Okay. The reason being, this is 0.1, still on the web, okay? Gonna run the game, we're gonna play it. So, here's the issue with the darter, okay? We go play, we're in the game. Okay, let's just hope a darter comes by. I'll probably edit. So, look, darter, okay? Look at this. What is that? Like, it's just, it doesn't work. I messed up the hitboxes somehow, and it doesn't work, and I frankly don't like the way it was even programmed. So, what we are going to do, or what I did do, I replaced it. I replaced it with the splitter, okay? This splitter is my new favorite enemy. I know I said the cloaker's my favorite. The splitter is my new favorite. Look at the splitter. So, I'll show in gameplay, and I'll go over some of the other things I added. Because this update, mostly just a visuals update. Mostly just making sure there's a bit more UI. There's a bit more, well, like the UI's better. There's a few more effects going on. You know, I tweaked some of the enemies. You can see the full version notes on the main menu. When we play the game, I'll probably just go over it. So here, first big change, right out of the box. I know it's not, like, as good as it previously was, but I made my own background shader, okay? Which, not as good as the one I got from online, but it's mine. I made it. I'll slowly keep working on it, see if I can keep improving it. I just do not know shaders at all. I had to teach myself a bit of visual shaders in Godot, which there is 0 resources on. So, that's the background shader. We go over the version notes, okay? Remove the darter enemy. Been over that. Remove the old dash effect. We've replaced it with something else, which is said right below it. We added a hit slow effect, okay? You'll see what that is when we get in. Splitter enemies here, screen transitions, that's all the additions, and then all the updates are player bullet speed's a bit better, background shader's different. There's a new music system. If you remember, if you played version 0 or version 0.1, the music was set. It would play the same 3 songs in the same order. Now there are 5 total songs. It will randomly select them. I will also be working on this system a bit more as we go, because I want to add more things, like, you know, it can't choose the same song again. That would kind of be annoying, because I think it can do that, but it's whatever. If it's really a problem, you can press the left arrow key. That will pick a new song. That's just a debug thing I left in, because it seems like a whatever kind of thing. Artwork of the health bar is now updated. Dash bar didn't really get a new update. So, updated artwork of the health bar and dash bar. Dash bar didn't really get an update. I don't know why I said that. That'll be something else I'll tackle later down the line, just because playing with texture progress bars is a bit stupid, because you can't do the same move towards you can with normal progress bars. You have to, it's a bit bad. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just programming it wrong, but it's a bit annoying. But we go into the game here. So, new effect, new background shader. It cycles through colors. That was the part that kind of kept this going for so long. So you see these enemies. I added, I don't mention it. There's a few things I added that I don't mention. Such as, they now have a squash and stretch effect when you hit them, and I think it's really awesome. Look at that. Look at that. Look. Like, it's so okay. So that's the trail when we move, right? And then when I dash, you'll see. See, it's a little burst. There should be something. There should be a line following him. I don't know why it doesn't show up in this thing. So I will Is it? I don't know. I don't know why it's not showing up. I'll figure that out before the release comes. Okay, here is the splitter though, the star of the show. So the splitter has near identical movement to the squid, but the thing is, it has a lot less friction when it stops, and it moves in quicker intervals. You'll see here. So that it floats, and then as soon as you're in the circle range, it'll shoot its bullets at you. Okay, but we see it's quite beefy, but when we shoot it, splits into 2 more. Okay, the big one shot 3 bullets, tiny ones 2 bullets, right? Now they split even smaller. And if you can see, whenever we kill an enemy, game slows down briefly, right? That's the hit slow I added. So that's really it for this update. It wasn't really that big of an update. At least in terms of major things added, because it was really just background shader and then a few other visual things, like you saw the health bar there was new. In terms of next update, the future, this next update, 0.3, big update. If there's any update you should be excited for, it's maybe this one's the second most exciting one. This 0.3 is the boss update. So this update, you know, 0.2, it was primarily focused on UI, more quality of life stuff and whatnot, right? Because if you also saw, like, there's other things. Camera smoothing was added because for some reason I didn't have that in the base game or 0.1. I think that's mostly because I left it out of the actual level 1 and not the testing environment I have. But so next update, 0.3, there's going to be bosses, there's going to be a lot more scaling, there's going to be upgrades, which I had talked about last video, you know, adding a few little sprinkles of roguelike elements in before 0.4 goes like fully into that. But you know, like laying the groundwork, right, for you know, bigger roguelike things. So I explained last video, it's going to be whenever you kill a boss, which every 5 waves, there is going to be a boss, and then you're going to have a choice between 3 items, 3 upgrades, okay, which can range from something as simple as, you know, move speed increased by 20, right, or, you know, your dash lasts this much longer, to, you know, a bit more rare ones that show up, which would be like let's see, like something along the lines of, you know, second dash, but both are shorter. Bullets move slower but do more damage. Stuff like that, right? And then to the crazy ones, which would be like bullets explode and deal splash damage. Bullets ricochet between enemies. You know, crazy things like you know, multiple upgrades in one. Like, let's just say, you know, half your speed, half your bullet speed, half your speed, half your bullet speed, double bullet damage though, something like that, right? Just like more roguelike stuff, just kind of about manipulating the already existing stats, maybe adding a few extra things. I'm also trying to think of what the hell could be done with the right mouse button, because it's kind of just there. It feels like there should be something going on with it. I don't know whether to leave that open or whether to like put an ability there. So like maybe it's something like at the start of each run you can pick like an ability to have on that button, right? Whether that be, you know, piercing laser, whether that be, you know, shield that pops up that makes you invincible for a second or takes a certain amount of damage, right? Or whether that be just like a shockwave around you that deals damage to enemies, pushes them back, you know, deletes bullets in the way. You know, things like that. I don't know whether I want it to be abilities or if I want it to leave empty or whatever. Suggestions for what that could be would be very much appreciated. But that's pretty much all that's coming in this update. And also, 2 new enemies are going to be added. Probably 2 bosses as well. So 4 total new enemies. So this one's going to be a big combat focused. One of the basic enemies is just going to be the darter, right? And I'm planning the bosses to just be kind of, at least for now, at least one of them I'm making is going to just be like a harder version of the squid, right? You know, a squid that maybe fires like bullets in a line, like, you know, it rotates and goes boom 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 as it kind of like, you know, sweeps across like a sprinkler, something like that, right? Or you know, think of a completely unique one for a boss, right? Another kind of worry of mine that might affect the future of enemies is that I don't, as much as I'm liking the aquatic theme of the enemies, the top-down perspective does really put a limit on what enemies I can use, because having normal fish and sharks and whatnot could be a bit like difficult, because from a top-down perspective it's kind of hard to communicate that without a lot of, you know, pixel artwork as to what they are. The enemies I've chosen so far have worked pretty well, just because, you know, they're pretty recognizable from a top down. But if I were to show you like the difference, the split-second difference between seeing like a swordfish or a shark charge at you is maybe a bit more difficult than I would like. So I don't know if we're going to completely stick with the aquatic theme. I've thought about just making all of the enemies look generally more alien, but kind of maintain their almost aquatic roots for the ones I've already added, and then adding just straight up alien ones before. But that's really it for the future of enemies. So, and from what it looks like on the roadmap, there are 2 more updates coming, 0.3 and 0.4, and then it would be the full Steam release. 0.4 might even be the full Steam release, actually. That might be better, depending on how happy I am with how it is. But yeah, next update, tons of enemies. Along the way, there's going to be a lot of some UI, some art changes, some little animations and stuff being added. Like, I would love to give the splitter a little animation for it splitting, right? And stuff like, you know, adding maybe a few more sound effects. Another thing I'm going to try to work on next update is just a general rework of enemy movement. There are a few issues I've noticed with some of their movement. I have seen cloakers get sent across the screen at like Mach 11, and it's not fun because they do 3 damage. But I'll try to be working at that. I have some systems in place already to try to prevent that stuff from happening. Like, I have a cap on their velocity, but it doesn't seem to be working. It's a pretty rare thing to see, I think, anyways. And if not, indie developer, guys, don't blame me. Next update, lots and lots of enemies. So look forward to that, and within the next few months we might have a Steam release, which will be good. But again, I would like some more support, and also to comment on something I said last video. I think this game's just gonna be free. I really don't. I don't think it deserves to make money. Almost. I just don't think. I just don't think it should be making money, frankly. I'd rather just have a game on my resume, and then, you know, I go make other things. So yeah, free Steam release within the next few months. So look forward to that. and look forward to all of the new enemies I will be making. Some of them, because I have a lot of other ideas for other future ones, I really like. So I will see you all in the next devlog and show you all of the new wonderful enemies. Or maybe we'll do like a preview or something, you know. I'll just in like a week or two, I'll make a video showcasing one of the bosses or something, and maybe some of the upgrades. But I don't know how long this one's gonna take. It might either be super duper duper fast because enemies are I can kind of just, you know, throw together really quickly. It's more so the roguelike system that might take a bit longer, but it's whatever. I'll probably do a preview video in that case if it does end up taking a while, just because I don't want to leave you guys in the dark for, you know, what was it, like nearly a month? It was like 20 days or something. It's been since the last devlog, so watch out for previews. Watch out for the next update. Gonna be a ton of enemies, gonna be a ton of fun, and I hope you all enjoy this update. And hope you all enjoy next update. Bye.